Vic Schaefer is taking his Texas Longhorns into Nashville to play Shea Ralph and the Vandy Commodores. This is a women's basketball game that has a lot, and I do mean a lot, of context to it. Vandy is 9-2 in the conference. Texas is 9-2. So Vandy's back a game. Texas is back a game and a half. Tennessee's the only other two-loss SEC team. They're at 7-2. They're back 2 games. They're there with LSU, with of course South Carolina at the top of the heap. I'm looking at this game and it's going to be fascinating. Uh Depending on which site that you look at, it's still, I mean, there's some differences, but it's still a fairly closely matched duo that are about to clash in Nashville. You know, Vic Schaefer's built up a really good team. He's taken Texas to the Final Four, gotten to the Elite Eight multiple times with Texas. He did the same thing with Mississippi State. This is a man that knows how to win. He's 162 wins to 37 losses. Shea Ralph has had to build Nashville or build Vandy into something good. And they are. Last 2 seasons, they've made it to the NCAA first round. They've gone 20 plus wins this season and the previous 2 seasons. Right now, Vandy's fifth in the nation. They're 23-2. Texas is fourth, and they're also 23-2. There are so many similarities between these teams. It comes down to who's got the better players. Madison Booker, Rory Harmon, Kyla Oldacre of Texas are standouts that are making this team dominant. Vandy, Michaela Blake, Sasha Washington, Aubrey Galvin. Uh, I'm looking at these two teams and they really are quite similar in a lot of ways. Now, center position, I would say that Texas has that with Kyla Oldacre. Vandy, I think, has the single best shooting guard in the league with Michaela Blake's, or at least between these two teams. But Rory Harmon is straight up just blazing a path without having to score. Yes, she scores, but she is doing so much else. These two teams clashing with each other, it's going to do a lot for the with the conference. And let me tell you something. I'm looking at who is supposed to win this game, and I don't think it's quite where they think it is, but man, let's get into this because you've got to hear this by the numbers. Because by the numbers is where I'm going to say everything's at. Then again, though, I mean, Rory Harmon isn't scoring as much, but she is making an impact far bigger than the scoring of others. So let's go. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball, and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Okay, let's look at the stats first for Texas since they're the visiting team. Longhorns are scoring on average 86.9 points a game. Their field goal percentage is 50.5%. Free throw percentage is 71%. 3-point percentage, 31.8. 4 3 points made per game, so they're not relying on the 3 point. They're getting 18.1 assists a game, 35.2 rebounds per game, 11 turnovers per game, 5 block shots, 1.6 turnover ratio. Now, looking at this team, Madison Booker's leading scorer. She's in there 33 minutes a game, 33.1, 19 points a game, 6.7 rebounds, 4 assists. She's a forward, so the rebounds not surprising. The assists, hey, that she's getting the ball out to who it needs to be. Oh, and by the way, she's stealing the ball 2.5 times a game. 0.7 blocks, 2 turnovers, a little high but nothing massive. 50.1 field goal percentage. When she shoots from inside the paint, she does a good job of it. 83.2 free throw percentage. Really good number there. 22.2 3-point percentage. Little low, but you know. Jordan Lee, second leading scorer, 32.3 minutes a game. She's a guard, 13.5 points a game, 2.2 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.6 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks, 1.3 turnovers, 41.6 field goal percentage, but 34.6 3-point percentage, and 78% from the free throw line. I'm not going to talk about any of the other points wise, but Kyla Oldacre, who is the fourth leading scorer with 11.2 points, she's also got 6.9 rebounds, leads in blocks, 1.2 blocks a game. Roy Harmon, who's sixth leading scorer at 9.2 points, she's in there 30.1 minutes a game. She leads in assists, 6.8, leads in steals, 3 steals a game. In other words, she's doing a lot of the utility players. Couple players have played a lot. Aaliyah Crump not getting her time in there like she needs, injuries, whatnot. But when she's in there, she does a lot of damage. You've got 3 players over 700 minutes. Madison Booker's at 790 for the seasons. Madison Booker's at 794. Jordan Lee's at 774. Rory Harmon's at 723. And only 2 players are at double digits. Several players are all over the place, so they know when to switch out on this team. Their defense is the key in this game. Vandy's allowing, or Texas is only allowing 54.8 points a game. That's really good. They just beat LSU 77-64. It was at home. They also just beat Oklahoma, just beat Florida, just beat Texas A&M convincingly. South Carolina, one of the few teams that's beat them. So this is a team that is on the rise, a lot of dominance, on a win streak. And Rory Harmon, I can't speak highly enough about her. Kyla Oldacre, you know, Madison Booker. They've got players that are doing what they need to do at the right times. I like how you don't have to score on this team to make the difference. You get the ball out to who needs to make the difference, which is what Roy Harmon's doing. Madison Booker's getting in the scores, Jordan Lee's getting in the scores, and Kyla Oldacre is doing, her defensive work. I'm loving seeing this teamwork. Vandy is sitting at 85.4 points a game. They're 8th in the nation. Let me tell you something. That's not that far off from Texas. They're also allowing 63.2 points. That's showing. Field goal percentage, they're at 47.4, 75.5 free throw percentage. Okay, they're just a little off from what Texas is on field goal. A little bit better on free throw and 36.8 3-point percentage. It's actually better than than Texas there. 3 points made. They're more reliant on 3 points. They're making 9.8 3 points a game. 19.8 assists, a little bit better than Texas. Total rebounds per game, they're at 32.2, a little bit worse than Texas. Turnovers a game, 12.4, a little bit worse than Texas. They're getting 4.1 shot or blocked shots per game. That's a little worse than Texas. A little low in a lot of ways to what a lot of teams are getting. And assist to turnover ratio is the same as Texas with 1.6. Now, Vandy, Michaela Blakes is their leading scorer. She's in the game 33.8 minutes a game, 25.6 points a game, 3.8 rebounds. She also leads in steals, by the way. 4.6 assists, 3.1 steals, zero point 0.2 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. That's very high. 45.5 field goal percentage. Not bad. 84% free throw percentage. Really good. 33.1 3-point percentage. She's a guard. You expect that out of her. Aubrey Galvin, second leading scorer, 11.8 points a game on 33.7 minutes a game. 3 rebounds, 6.2 assists. She leads in assists, 2.9 steals, that's good, zero point 0.1 blocks, 2.5 turnovers, yet again, a little high. 40.4 field goal percentage, 82.1 free throw percentage, and 31.1 3-point percentage. Now, Sasha Washington, fourth leading scorer, is also leading in rebounds. She's got 10.1 points on 23 minutes, 7.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.8 blocks, 1.4 turnover, which is really good, 61.5 field goal percentage. Now, Sasha Washington's a forward. She's not a 3-point shooter. 66.7 free throw percentage. And Ayanna Mitchell's leading in blocks. She's a forward at 1 a game. They're needing to get a little bit better at blocks. You're looking at this 47.5 field goal percentage and 36.9 3-point percentage. That's pretty good. They've got a good shooting percentage. They've got a couple of players in Michaela Blakes and Aubrey Galvin that they're relying on a lot. And I do mean a lot. Especially when you've still got 3 players in double digits for the season. They're switching out most everybody, though. Even Aubrey Galvin and Michaela Blakes are only in there for 33, almost 34 minutes a game. Both of them are being heavily relied on. Both of them are doing really good. Steals, they've got a couple of players that are, you know, Michaela Blakes is better than Lori Harmon on steals. Aubrey Galvin is right there with her. Um, it's a really good team. And they're doing a good team dynamic, but they've got a few. They got 2 players. The 2 players they're relying on the most are turning over the ball way too much. Whereas Madison Booker's the only one getting the turnovers for Texas. Michaela Blake's and Aubrey Galvin turning over the ball at a high clip. They've got players that are doing decent in field goal shooting. They're relying on the 3-point percentage, and you've got Justine Passat who's at 43.6%, and Jada Brown's at 44.7%. So they've got the ability to get the 3-pointers. They've just got folks that are turning over the ball a little too much. Really talented team, though. Now I'm looking at this game, and I'm thinking that defense will come in key in this game. I mean, Vandy allowing way too many points scored. Roy Harmon is a disruptor at every angle. And they're better at rebounds. I mean, when you've got somebody like Kyla Olicker doing what she's doing, that comes in really handy. You got a floor general in Harmon. You've got a defensive machine in Oldacre, and you know Madison Booker scoring really well. Michaela Blake's is a real scoring machine where you've got Sasha Washington being able to do some of that defense and Aubrey Galvin trying to get in there and do the floor general like she needs to do. But I'm looking at Texas is scoring at a far better level and against tough competition. They've been able to beat South Carolina. Yes, they went 1-1 in their series with them this year. They just beat LSU. Uh, got a tougher defense, scoring just a little bit better inside the paint. And they're relying on being inside the paint. Um, rebounding just a little bit better. Vandy's working a little bit better as a team, but block and steals, that goes towards Texas. So that defense is going to be what's key. Right now, looking at what ESPN is saying, they're saying that Vandy has a 20.5% chance to win this game. Texas has a 79.5% chance to win this game. You know, home court advantage with Vandy is important. It really is. But Texas knows how to go outside their home and bring up really good wins. They've been able to do it. Also, the simple fact of that Vandy, when you see Texas lost to LSU, lost to South Carolina, then came back and just beat LSU. They're 1-1 in their series with these two teams. They just beat Kentucky. You know, I'm looking at that. The two best teams, and I honestly believe that LSU, two best programs in the SEC. Texas is saying that we're there. Whereas Vandy, South Carolina, embarrassing loss. It wasn't embarrassing for Texas. Ole Miss, and then turn around and get beat by Ole Miss. I'm looking at that. Uh, I'm thinking this is a hook'em game. I really do. I'm going to have to agree with ESPN on who's going to win the game. I think this is going to be a hook'em horns. I do. Um, Vandy is going to be a tough win, but Texas has got the ability to do it. And I just think that Vandy, I see Vandy making it a deep run this year into the NCAAs. I'm thinking they're making it to at least the Sweet 16. Texas is shooting for at least the Final Four again, and they're looking like they can do it. So that's where I think this is going. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.